Welcome once again to the 5-minute movement. Just 5 minutes of movement to get you moving in all sorts of ways. So let's go ahead and get started with a little bit of swinging today. So let me get the timer going. There we go. All right, so starting with my feet about maybe a little bit wider than shoulder width. I like to think of kind of my feet being under my armpits. That's a nice cue for me. And I'm just going to swing my arms in a relaxed way, forward and back. So I'm not trying to control the movement at all. Instead, it's nice and relaxed. And I'm letting gravity and momentum help me out here. While I'm doing this is a bit of an exercise in noticing. I'm also noticing how the rest of my body wants to get involved with this simple arm swing. So I note there's a little bit of a bowing of the head, rounding of the spine at one point, and a little bit of arching of the spine, maybe in the other. I also begin to notice how my knees want to get involved, and so I let them get involved. I let them get involved. So you can see that there's a little bit of a double knee bounce here. So the knee bounce helps accentuate the downswing and the upswing. So there's a knee bounce associated with both of those phases of the movement. You can see that I can get my spine a little bit more involved, so there's almost a little bit of a spinal whipping motion here as well. And now my feet can actually help me with the movement too. So I come up on my toes when my arms are up and back on my heels when my arms are swinging back. Up and back. There we go. And I'm looking at what are all of the relationships and collaborations that are helping my body accomplish this task as one single collaborative and cooperative unit here. So how is the toe drive helping me lift the arms? How is the hip hinge helping me bring my hands behind me? How does the movement of the spine help me whip my arms up and back? So it's not just making a shape, it's making a shape in a way that is exploring relationships. All right, so give that a rest for a moment. Now what we're actually doing here is we're beginning to pattern a jump. So you can see this is the basic movement of a jump or a hop. Now I wouldn't do that right away. Let's continue to pattern that because it's also doing a whole bunch of brain-body connection building that's going to help us in other ways as well. But the interesting thing about the jump is I can jump both with my arms up, and the arm up helps me get off my feet, but I can also jump with my arms back, and the swing back can also help me get off my feet. So let's pattern that second arm swing. So again, I'm going to start without really doing much with my lower body, and then I'm going to see when my arms go back, now I come up on my toes. When they come forward, I go back on my heels, which is the opposite of the first pattern we were doing. Again, as I become more familiar with the pattern, I'm interested in discovering the collaborative potential of all of my joints to assist me here. How can I get my spine involved without over-involving the spine? So what do I mean by that? I mean, I wouldn't want to be leaning back like that. You see, now I have to really fight to recover. But instead, I'm just looking at popping my head up. And there is a little bit of a spinal wave to help me here. But just a little bit, and it's natural. It's not forced. There's no forcing in this pattern. Okay, so now you have those two patterns. Here's the challenge. Can you put the two together without interrupting your arm swing? So the priority here is to maintain the arm swing. So to maintain the rhythm of the arm swing and the relaxed elasticity of it rather than now getting all cerebral about it or stiff. So there are any number of ways to solve this pattern, and I'm not going to explain it. I'll let you figure it out in your body, but I will demonstrate it in mine in case that's of any use to you. And for the first little while, I'll call the switch so that you can see when I'm switching and how I might be doing that. So here we go. I'm going to start with the first pattern, which is arms up means that I'm also up on my toes. Arms back, I'm back on my heels. Now, without interrupting the arm swing, I'm about to switch pattern. I just switched. There we go. So now you can see I'm up on my toes when my arms are back. And I'm continuing to maintain that sense of rhythm and elasticity, relaxation, keeping my shoulders open rather than rounding them forward, and getting this sense of just popping my head up, maybe to touch a point on the ceiling, but straight up, getting my toes involved. This is nice for balance as well, to begin to develop balance, and it's super for the lower back. I'm about to switch again. Now to the forward. There we go. I just switched. Note that my arms are only coming up to about shoulder or eye height. I'm not bringing them overhead like this. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just that it does interrupt the elasticity somewhat. So I'm just bringing my arms up to about shoulder, maybe eye height, but no further than that. And you can see how relaxed they are. I'm actually hardly using my shoulder muscles at all. I'm about to switch again. There we go. And I'm going to switch again. There we go. And you'll note that the switch is happening with the lower body, not the upper body. I'm going to switch again. And again. And I can look at taking this a little higher up on my toes, maybe with a little bit of force. I can look at adding an accent down, so I'm pushing down more than up. I'm about to switch again. Or I can look at adding an accent up. So there are a number of ways that I can play with this. All right. I think that that's just about enough swinging for today to get you started, and you can work on that really interesting little pattern that gets the blood flowing, gets the entire body integrated, and for me at least, it's given me a little bit of a sweaty glow, which feels really good. So I hope that you enjoyed that today. I certainly enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you again soon on the 5-Minute Movement. Take care now. Bye-bye.